So right now we'll be going straight to the, let me set down my, trying to set back my camera way. Oh, the way I'm sitting right now, I'm feeling weird. But going straight to the video. So today we'll be talking about how to be mindful awareness of our thoughts. So you'll be seeing me like just turning my head around because I wrote a note about this video on my computer. So my computer is sitting beside me. So because I don't want this video to be long, it's late. You can see I'm putting on my robe ready to go to bed. It's close to my bedtime, so that's why I just wanted to go straight to the video so we can be done and go straight and go to bed. So thank you back for joining me. So if you watch this video to the end, please do me a favor to subscribe if the video uh imparted you, and share the video to someone that you think it might also impart, and please like and leave me a comment. Thank you, and also check out my other videos. So today we'll be talking about how to be mindful awareness of our thoughts. So mindful awareness simply means, this is on my own, everybody have their own explanation of everything. Like my last video, I think my last video was yesterday, no, day before yesterday, when I talked about believing and having faith in manifestation. And I also talked about how to, this is the title in case if you want to check for the video, how to be faithful and how to believe and to be faithful in your manifestation. I also explained about a little bit about manifestation. So everybody, like I said in that video, that everybody have their own belief and explanation about everything. So like this, when I said how to be mindful and awareness of our thoughts, I might explain it, and this will be my own explanation. 3 years or 2 years, a year from now, even 6 months from now, I might have a better understanding or a better explanation about this. But if you ask another person or go to someone else's channel, they will see explain it in their own way. So the best thing and the best part is that you take it and explain it to yourself the best way that you can understand, and try to, because when you're trying to learn something or learn something, I won't say try to stick just from one person, or take or learn from one person, or there's a word that I want to say that I don't really know how to say it. I can say learn, if you understand what I'm trying to say, from one person, because everybody have their own way of explaining things in their own ways, and sometimes you might come to my channel and I will explain it perfectly well, very simple and easy for you to understand. But you might come to my channel, you might not even understand what I'm saying, how I explained it, and you might go to someone else's channel and that person will explain it perfectly well. So that's why when you go to some people's channel, you see somebody said, hi. Is it somebody said you're the only person that have explained whatever they are watching this thing for clearly to me, because I've watched thousands of video on YouTube, but no one have explained it. It's not because this is the person that have explained it the perfect way. It's just because this is the person that have explained it to your own understanding, to your own level of understanding, that you understand it very, very well and perfectly. So with this being said, guys, let's go straight to the video. So now, what is, on my own understanding and my own explanation, what is mindfulness? What is mindfulness? What is awareness? I would say awareness is mindfulness. It's just you being mindful of everything that goes in and comes in from your head. The thoughts that you observe, the thoughts that you have, you are observant of them. So mindful awareness simply means you understanding, being mindful awareness. Simply, the thing is that, guys, this is why I don't write a note when I'm doing my videos. I do my most of my videos, majority of my videos, I do them from my head, because when I write a note, when I start reading that note, I get confused, and I was the one that write the note, but I just virtually get confused from it, then I just go straight in my head. So mindful awareness simply means being mindful of the thought that goes in and comes out from your head, and to be able to recognize where this thought came from. Like I said before, mindful awareness, let me say, because this is what I wanted to title it. Thank you for the like, guys. I wanted to title it awareness. But awareness simply means also being mindful. You being mindful for the kind of thoughts that goes in and comes out from your head. You being aware, it's the same explanation, just being aware of your surrounding, your environment. Be mindful of the things that you see, things like this. I'm just trying to elaborate on it. So excuse me for that. So recognizing and also recognizing where these thoughts are coming from. Try to also recognize when you have this thought, when you are mindful and you are aware, you are not in autopilot. Like I also said, and I will not stop saying this, I emphasize on this always, that most of us live in autopilot. Yes, I do live in autopilot before I started my inner work, my personal growth, because so a lot of thoughts just goes in and comes out from my head, and I even ask myself and wonder why do I have this kind of thoughts? And I judge myself for it. So, but when you are aware, especially when you start working in yourself, you start doing personal development, you start doing your inner work, you tend to be aware. First of all, the most important thing is that you tend to be aware of the kind of thoughts that you are having and the kind of reaction, the kind of emotions that you keep having when you have some certain thoughts. So coming and is a where that thought is coming from, because when you are aware and society thoughts comes in and goes out from you, you want to try to recognize where this thought is coming from, where you got this thought from, why are you having this thought, and why you are having this thought. These thoughts might be something, that you don't want to think about, because if you be working on yourself, you'll be doing personal development and also inner work. When you start having this thought, you keep, even when you're not doing it, sometimes, most of the time when you're having this thought, it's just that you live in your life. When I say you live your life in autopilot, but you goes around, but you still recognize some certain thought, especially if that thought is something related to you. You still recognize those thoughts, and you try to, like, why are you having this feeling, why are you having this thought, why do these thoughts keep repeating and repeating and repeating in your head. But the most important thing is that some of these thoughts are thought, like I said, repeating, are thought that you don't want to have. Some thoughts come like negative thoughts. Some thought might be your past, that you don't really want to go back to that past. You don't want to, like some past, you don't want to go back to that past. It's a past. Just let it be there. But this sometimes it just flash back, and you don't want to have it. And sometimes it's some negative thoughts. So something that you heard, watch from the TV, from the news, it just flash back, and you really don't want to think about it at this moment, but it just flash back and you don't want to think about it. But the most important thing is that you recognize that this thought is there. So then I will say to you, since you recognize that this thought is here, and you are even, the first part is that you are aware that this thought is there. I give you I give you applause for that. Like, I'm like, you're doing great. That's the first step. And now, even if you are having this thought and you don't want to have this thought, because this thought is not something that you really want to have now, they just flash back from nowhere. So even if you have these thoughts, don't forget that you are not your thought, like I always said, except if you believe them. You are not your thought, but you are just the thinker of your thought. Yes, because you are human. These thoughts, like thousands of thoughts, comes to our head every day, and sometimes we keep repeating the thoughts that we even have yesterday. We keep recycling them in our head. So don't forget, you are not these thoughts. So don't blame yourself. You are not these thoughts. You're just the thinker of these thoughts. These thoughts come as far you did not believe this thought. You don't believe this thought, but you're just aware and mindful of this thought. You are not the thought. You're just the thinker of this thought. So these thoughts are just like a cloud. These thoughts that keeps coming and going. If you observe them, they're just like a cloud floating around the sky. Yes, if you observe your thought, you see that every minute, every second, different new thought keeps coming in and going in. 1 minute you'll be thinking how you were little, how you were helping your mother in the kitchen, or how you were helping your mother in the shop. The second minute you'll be thinking when you were 15 what you did. The next minute you'll be thinking about oh, this was my first boyfriend. You see, these thoughts just keep floating around, keep coming in and going hard. They're just floating like clouds in the sky, like floating around. So this is to tell you that you are not this thought, but you're just the thinker of this thought. So don't be judgmental. Don't think because you are having this every second you keep having different thoughts about your past, about the future, about the present, so you're not this thought. That's why you don't believe them. The most important is that you are aware of them and you are mindful about them, that you don't just, they don't come and you start judging them. So the thoughts are just like a cloud floating around floating around the sky. The most important thing is that you are aware of them. You are aware of them, that these are not you. These are not you. These are you're just experiencing it. You're just the one thinking them, but you are not really the thought. You're not really that thing. Like mindfulness, living in the moment. Sorry, yes. The most important thing is that to be aware of them and be mindful about this thing and try to live in the moment and observe these thoughts. So when you are mindful about this thought, when this thought keeps coming and going hard, and you have to be mindful and you have to be aware. When I be mindful, you are mindful. You try to understand where these thoughts are coming from. Why are you having this thought? Why is my past keep flashing back and repeating like in my head? You have to be mindful and you have to try to live in the moment, because if you don't live in the moment, when these thoughts start coming in and going hard, you don't know when you start being judgmental. You start judging these thoughts, you start judging yourself because of this thought. So when you are in the moment, you are living in the moment, you tend to recognize that you are not this thought, but you're just thinking of this thought, and you just let them be, or just divert your attention from that thought. Yes. And also, always ask yourself, where is this thought coming from? Why is this thought making me feel so certain emotion? Some certain thoughts do comes to your head. They make you feel so certain emotion that you don't understand. Always ask yourself, why is this thought making me feel some certain emotion? Why do I feel this emotion? It might be sometimes when this thought comes, you feel some emotion. So when I newly started my personal growth journey, my inner work, so sometimes when we start this, and we start it at the wrong side. We start it at the wrong side. Let me tell you, let me just be sincere. You don't start it perfectly. When you continue, you keep growing and you keep expanding. You keep expanding your rubber band, and you keep learning different things, and you try to give yourself the space, the time to grow. When I started, I always want to be in that flow. I always want to be happy. I always want to think positive things. I always want to be smiling. Even if someone gets me upset, I don't want anything to get me upset. I don't want to frown. I don't want to think any negative thing. I just want to be at the right side. I don't want to make any mistake. So some certain thoughts will come into my head, like those past thoughts, they hold me, the way I used to think that I'm not even aware of, will come into my head. I will feel so moody. I will feel so bad. Do you know why I feel so bad, so moody? Because I thought maybe the kind of life that I'm living right now, I don't want to have some negative, this kind of negative thought. Why will somebody like me having such thought? Why will I be having such negative thought in my head? Why will I even think about something like this? But I didn't realize at that time of my life that I was not that thought. I was not the one. I was just a thinker of that thought. I would hate myself. I would judge myself. I would try to remove my attention from that. I would try to use affirmation. I didn't know that I was just fighting against myself. It's just me fighting against myself, because I would judge myself. So why will I've just started my personal growth. Why will I be having such thought? Why will I be taking such thought? But I didn't know that I was trying to have a debate, like you debating with you with somebody, with someone else. I was just trying to debate with myself, arguing with myself, fighting with myself. No, fighting with myself. I was not aware of them. So when I gave myself the space to grow, the time to grow, so I keep understanding that I'm not this thought. I'm just a thinker of this thought. So that, because if I keep on judging myself, if I keep on judging myself, and asking why. I'm just like a muscles hold on, like as a muscle hold on to stress and tension, so as our mind hold on to so as our mind and subconscious hold on to judgment and negative emotions. Your body, your muscles, everything, they hold on to stress, to tensions and everything, so as our mind and our subconscious hold on to negativity and judgment. So when you start judging yourself, asking yourself, oh, I'm too holy to have such thoughts. I'm too holy for these thoughts to be coming into my head and going out into my head. Why will I even have something like this? You're doing well at the first step. The first step is that you are aware that you are having such thoughts. And the second step that you're not doing well is that you want to work on is that you are not this thought. You're just the thinker of this thought. Thought will definitely come because you watch, you see social media, you listen to conversation. So thought will come. So when these thoughts come, tell yourself you are not this thought. You're just the thinker of this thought. It might be your past thought that you used to have before. Bravo. Thought that you used to have before, but you're not this thought anymore. You're no longer this person. Even if the past comes and want to start hurting you, you're no longer this person. This is just the old and the past you. So when these thoughts come, just let them be there and tell yourself, I'm no longer that person. Thank you for coming. Thank you for remembering me, but I'm no longer that person. I know I'm just the thinker of these thoughts. You understand, guys? So because when we start having this thought, we tend to judge ourselves, hold ourselves bound, and our mind and our subconscious don't really know the difference. When you start judging yourself, they get used to that process. So whenever anything happens, they give you, when you don't judge yourself, you don't have that satisfaction. It's just like you having an argument with someone. Like having an argument with someone yesterday, and you come today, suddenly the thought you're popping in your head, and you start repeating the thought, and because you don't know that your thought creates your reality. You don't know, and you start repeating the thought. When you continuously you continuously repeat that thought, say, why did that person say that to me? Why did I not say this? I would have said that. I would have said this. I would have, these things. You keep repeating this thought, and it will become your reality. You see, even something that you can just settle amicably, it becomes something very big because you escalate the argument or the issues within yourself, with your own self. Let me say mildly, with that person. So when that thought come and you are aware, try to tell yourself that you're done with that, because these things do happen. You're done with that. I tell myself I'm done. Alice, attenta vela. I tell myself that I'm done with that, and I'm done with that, because I know the power of my thought when I believe it. I know the power of my thought when I believe them. I know they can go forward and put in place for me for things that I don't even want in my life. So guys, this will be the end of the video. So try to be aware and try to be mindful of the things that comes in and comes out from your head. So the first step is you are aware and be mindful. And the second step is don't be judgmental. Don't judge the thought. Allow the thoughts to be, because they're just like cloud flowing around in the sky, because they comes in and they goes out. So when you pay attention to those thoughts and start judging them, that's when they tend to stay and tend to hurt you. Because thoughts of yesterday will come today and continue for where they stop. Your past will just flash in suddenly and they continue. So how can you do this? Meditation. You can help yourself with meditation, 5 to 10 minutes. Switch off the phone, the TV, close your eye with a deep breath and observe the thoughts that is going in and coming out from your head. Observe them. Don't do anything about them. Just observe them. Allow them to go. Don't tell yourself, why will I be having such thoughts? Am I not a bad person for having such thoughts? No, don't judge them. Just observe them. Let them go in and come out. And also don't do multitask. If these thoughts, what I does to myself is that when these thoughts start coming, start like all these past thoughts that I saw from somewhere, discussion, they just keep making my head hot, keep repeating. I don't multitask. If I'm washing the dishes, I try to bring all my attention to that dishes. I don't think anything else. I try to allow myself to soak my mind, myself, everything to that dishes that I'm washing. Whatever I'm doing at that moment, I try to put all my attention at that thing. I don't think nothing else. Even if my mind divides, like my mind just divides to something else, I try to bring it back to that thing that I'm doing, so that my brain can relax and my brain we can be in the present moment, so that I can live in the present moment again without spreading my thoughts, spreading my mind everywhere, thinking of different things. I try to bring my mind, my attention, everything to one thing that I'm doing. I don't multitask. I don't stay washing the dishes and thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow, what I'm going to do after. I try to bring all my attentions, everything on that dishes that I'm washing. So that's also very helpful. Be mindful, live in the present moment, observe the thoughts that's going in and coming out. Do a meditation. This also help. And don't forget, you are not your thought. You are just the thinker of your thought. And when you are when you are aware of this thought, you will be mindful of the thoughts that you react to and the thoughts that you don't react to. And don't forget again, what you think and believe creates your reality. So when you have these thoughts, don't forget you are not these thoughts, and don't judge them. Let them be. So thank you for joining me on this live. Bye bye and have a wonderful night. Thank you on my next video. See you on my next video. And please don't forget to subscribe and support my channel.